Hello money magnets and master traders, it's your Uncle Charters here. These last couple of trading days has truly been a blessing. This week has truly been a blessing, and all we needed to do was know the levels, the setups, and our skills to trade it unbiasedly, whether it goes to the upside or to the downside. Monday started off bullish, Tuesday was bearish, and today was even more bearish. I'll talk about the last two trading days because on Uncle Charters' YouTube channel, I like to identify trade ideas, trading levels, trade setups to give to you guys so you guys can have your own success in the market. I share with you guys my levels and my plan. But before I do, I need to show you guys how to use the levels. So we go to my Discord and I wrote it. This was yesterday at 9:25 a.m. I always write the first SPY updates or QQQ updates between 9:25 to 9:29 a.m. in the morning Eastern time. And I wrote here, SPY is still within the mother candle's range. To clear it bullishly, 697 still must clear to put 699 and 700.6 plus in play. If we're to drop back down, then 695.5 and 694 must fail as support. So I try to be unbiased and be ready for the bull case scenario or the bear case scenario. Whatever setup the price action gives me, that is what I'm going to trade. So above 697, I was looking long. Below 695.5 and 694, I was looking to short. And we can see here, boom, that's my 695.5 level, that purple line right there. We broke it down on the 15-minute chart. Boom, we broke 694 down on the 15-minute chart. This was alerted in the Discord. 695.5 did fail. I also put 694 lost and 692.8 is next support. So I update my members as the day go on, and look at that beautiful legendary drop to the downside. Holy moly, going as low as 684 is before we had the end of day bounce. About a $10 to $11 plus move to the downside. Hundreds of thousands of dollars was made yesterday. But even with today's price action, it still continued. Look at QQQ. This was QQQ. I wrote here on QQQ, this is yesterday. 628.5 is the equilibrium level. If above, bulls have a shot at more upside, but 630 must clear. So if QQQ would have stayed above 628.5 and cleared 630, Uncle would have buy calls. But then I wrote here, if below 628.5 and 627 failed, expect more downside. And when we got the breakdown, I let my group know, hard rejection from the 628.5 level and 627 looking weak. If price can stay below, lower targets are in play. Look at that. Broke down 628.5, broke down 627, broke down 625, which was all alerted in the Discord as well. Holy moly donut shop. Let's fast forward to today. Today I wrote SPY must break down 689.8 to remain bearish and put those lower targets in play. If it's bounce time, 691 must clear. And we can look. Did it clear 691? No, it did not. It rejected from 691. It broke down 689.7 not once, but twice. Broke down my 688 level. Didn't give me any bullish setups, and it gave us a beautiful drop to the downside. QQQ was even more smoother. It was even more smoother than the SPY. I wrote for QQQ today. QQQ is overall bearish below 618.5. So below the 618.5 level, Uncle Charters was bear biased based on the charts. I have next fib level at 612.5. If it fails, more downside incoming. If it's bounce time, 615.5 must clear. We can see it never cleared 16.5. That's the blue line right here. It actually broke down my 614 level, broke down my 612.5 level, broke down my 611 level, and it just gave us this legendary drop to the downside, almost hitting my 600.2 level before the end of day bounce. But let's get to the daily chart so we can plan for the next day. As of recording this in the post market, SPY is around 689-ish. But we need to look at what was the last level that was broken down. We can see on Tuesday, we broke down my 689.7 fib level. Today, we closed at 686.19. So we did lose my 688 level, but not quite the 686 level. So this tells me that the 689.7 level, it's still lost. The breakdown was never invalidated. So as long as below, I'm going to stay bearish. Bearish follow through would be to break down 688, 686, and I have a fib level of 684.7. We never lost those levels officially on the daily chart. But if we lose them tomorrow, I would look to short or buy put 683, 681.2-ish, 680, 678, and the fib level at 676.5 would be my next target to the downside. When would Uncle be bullish? Well, the breakdown from last Tuesday, a couple days ago, needs to be invalidated. So a recapture of 689.7 will give me somewhat of confidence that maybe the dip buyers are back, but they'll need to show some bullish follow through by clearing 691 and 692.8. Not only would clearing those levels get SPY back above the 5 DMA, but it would recapture a fib level and likely send us back to all-time highs. So 689.7, watch that level tomorrow. Below it, stay bearish. Above it, can play for a bounce. Triple Q, I have a naked chart here. I show you guys how to do my fib levels. Find the low. So I'm looking at the low from January 20th and I'm looking at the high from January 28th. Now we have a new set of fib levels. We want to get the coordinates correctly. So January 20th low is at 607.05. We'll type that in. Super easy. And then the high from January 28th was at 636.6. Put it right down there. Boom. Now we have some fib levels to watch. We lost that 607 level today officially on the daily chart. We're well above it today, but the post-market, pre-market, anything can happen. I don't take it too serious. What matters to me the most is what happens during the trading hours. So watch 607. If we are above 607, then a bounce could be possible, but more levels must clear. What are those levels? I have right now 610, 612, and 613.4. If we are to play a bounce, you want to see 610, 612, and 613.4 clear to put 617, 618.3, 620, and 621.8 in play. Those are my updated fib levels. Now, if we don't get a bounce, what the bears need to do is keep today's breakdown intact because we did get an official close below the 607 level. If we break down 609 and 607 tomorrow, this was likely just a gap in crap, a bull trap if you will, and we're likely heading down lower back down to 600. Below 600 I have 598.5, 597, and 595.7. So basically above 600 bounce is possible. 613.4 must recapture, but if 607 is lost tomorrow, the bounce is not possible. Tesla, beautiful trade I did with Tesla today. I wrote in my general lean, I have a general lean, and I wrote that the bulls failed to recapture the 425 level yesterday. Because of this, I will remain bearish. And look at that it never recaptured 425, rejected from around that area actually, and staying bearish below 425 worked out extremely well for Uncle Charters. Right now, the level I'm watching is 409. That's the last fib level that we lost today. So as long as below 409, the breakdown stays intact and more lower lows are possible. 407, 405, and 404 are my next levels, support levels. If they fail, 400 or lower incoming. Right now, bulls need a squeeze, but we can start off with a false breakdown setup. The level to watch for that would be 409 and 411, as well as 414. 413 was a pretty decent buy zone, but it was lost today as well. So those levels must recapture if we want to get a bounce. If they don't, do not try to play a bounce, remain bearish. NVDA, I spoke about NVDA as well. I wrote yesterday about how it broke down the 188 level. That was a very important level. This was yesterday. The day before yesterday, I used it as an equilibrium level, and I wrote to be bearish, 188 must fail. Yesterday, it failed, as you guys can see here. And I mentioned that we want to get bearish below 188 and stay bullish above 188. So once it broke down 188, I stayed bearish, and these last couple of days has truly been a blessing. Remember, these are not crystal balls. This is not Uncle seeing the future. This is just Uncle reacting to the price action in the present time. And for now, 177.6 is the level to watch. Below it, we can expect more downside. Above it, possible bounce can happen. Now, if we do get above 177.6, I do have 179, 181, and 184 as my resistant levels. If those levels can recapture, I would trust about, especially above 184. I'd likely put 188 back in play, and above 188, I'll definitely favor a bottom being in. But keep in mind, 177.6 was a previous low. So if it can stay below, stay bearish. 176, 173.6, 171, and 169 would be my target. And I wouldn't be too surprised if we get down even lower. Moving on to Amazon, is still in consolidation mode. Look how well it's respecting my triangle pattern. But I will say that it's getting tight. And if you are looking for the next trend move, the next multi-day, possibly even multi-week move, watch for the break of this triangle pattern, whether it's a breakdown or a breakout. If it's bounce time, 234.8 and 236 must clear. And if those levels clear, we'll go back to the top of the triangle pattern around 245, and above 245 would be a breakout mode. If Amazon gets in a breakout mode, we'll likely get a multi-day to multi-week move to the upside. That's where you want to go long. But if we break down this triangle pattern, if we break down 233, 231, and 229.2, we'll likely get a multi-day to multi-week drop to the downside for Amazon. Be careful for a stop loss hunting. That's also a possibility, because it's not as simple as the breakout and the breakdown. Watch for stop loss hunting. If we don't get stop loss hunting, then of course hold on to your positions. But if we do get some stop loss hunting, meaning if we break down 233 and then it recaptures, cut your loss. Don't take it personal. Just cut your loss and switch back to the other side. It's the same for the upside. If we break above 245 and then it breaks back down for a false breakout setup, just cut your loss and play up for the other side. Play the traps. Don't get trapped. Play the traps. Here is Microsoft continuing to look bearish as well. Right now, I have resistance levels at 414 and 416. If we want to get a true bounce, those levels must clear to put 420, 421.5, and 428 all the way back in play. Above 428, we'll likely get another $10 to $11 pop back to the upside. I will not fully go bullish unless this low, where my arrow's pointing at, can recapture. That's at 438.6. That's the previous pivot low. If we can recapture that, I'd be bullish again. But it will need to start with 416, 420, 421.5 recapturing. Otherwise, stay bearish below 416. Breaking down 412 and 410.8 should send us another $7 to $20 move. And that's not an exaggeration. $7 to $20 move. I can't give you guys an exact number, but I can give you a range. And that's a beautiful move. Whether it's to the upside or to the downside, it'll be a beautiful move. Here is Meta. We had a breakdown today. This is a false breakout setup. This pivot high right there. And now we broke back below. So watch 672.2. Above it, we get bullish again, and we'll likely pop back above 680 plus. Meta is a super volatile ticker symbol. But as long as we stay below 672.2, the breakdown stays intact, and we can expect another $10 to $20 drop back to the downside. And Discord members, I will update the FANG levels as well as the ETF levels tomorrow. So look out for that tomorrow. Here is Apple. While lots of other ticker symbols are looking bearish, Apple is looking bullish. Question is it over? If it is over 274, 272, and 270.3 must fail as support. Those levels fail. It's profit taking time. The rally is over. At the very least, it will enter pullback mode and will likely drop down $5 to $10 back to the downside. But if it's not over, 267 must clear next to put 280, 283 or higher in play. Here is IWM, pretty volatile, but we need to watch that 261 level. If we are to get a bounce, 261 and 263 must recapture to put 265, 266.4 or higher back in play. 261 is the equilibrium level. That means if we're below it, get bearish, stay bearish. You broke it down today, actually. Bearish follow through will be to break down 258.5 and 257. If that happens, expect a lot more downside incoming. Keep your eyes on the VIX as well. It's been spiking, if you will. And I like it. I like it a lot. That's why the volatility is here. When the VIX is going up, we're going to get some good volatility. So let's hope it keeps on going up. Resistance at 18.8, 19.7, and 21. If we can clear those levels, volatility continues. We'll likely head up to 23 or higher. But if support at 18.3, 17.4 fails, 16 or lower incoming. I don't really want that to happen, but we can't always get what we want in the market. So if that happens, just be prepared. A bullish VIX is a bearish SPY, but a bearish VIX is a bullish SPY. And before I let you go, here's the DarkPool level. 686 is that level, 1.9 billion in premium. Watch that level for tomorrow. Label it as DarkPool level. It is actually one of my resistant levels as well, but label it DarkPool level, because if we get above it, we'll possibly get bullish on the SPY. But if it stays below, then we stay bearish on the SPY. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I love y'all. Don't ever forget who you are. You are a money magnet. Don't ever forget it. Peace.